Alright, welcome back to some Against the Storm. I have not played this in a month or so, since at least a month, ever since Baldur's Gate 3 and Starfield came out. Put quite a bit of time into those instead. So I don't know a whole lot about what they've done here. I barely kept up with the update notes. I know that they introduced some haulers and then updated how they worked. And that's everything I know. Let's just figure it out. Okay, what do I do? Alright, what do we have here? What was I working towards? Probably this. If I'm gonna get out there, I don't want a detour to that. But there's nothing here. Alright. What was this? This was a marshland. I don't want another marshland, so I guess we're stuck with the Royal Woodlands. Humans and harpies work well together, but that's a lousy caravan. Foxes, this will get me. It's got a waste of coats. It's also not an impressive caravan, but at least I get 10 people. So I guess we'll take that one. The amber is not cheap, so we're not taking that. I haven't played in so long that I don't remember what I can get on these things. Alright, you can get berries and mushrooms, so the herbalist should be decent. I've got a lot of points because we're so close to the Citadel, so I might as well bring maybe some kind of food thing. Farm thing, I mean. And that leaves 5 points. The usual bricks. Maybe some provisions and veggies. Should be good enough. I'm not going to sit here and think about it too long. Let's go. And we have beavers. Clear glades during drizzle for insects. 1 fewer sacrifice stack. Vanishing water shouldn't matter too much. Hailstorm, just keep the housing up. Feel embarrassed when you don't. I don't recognize this one. The wind and rain in this region seem more destructive than usual. Pay 5 oil with each storm. If you don't, 2 random resource nodes will be destroyed. That's fairly harsh. So I'm really going to want to get some oil production. At least I took the small farm. Veggies can be turned into oil. I mean, I guess it seems fairly harsh, but you shouldn't hit hostility 3 for a while. So it's probably not that bad. Alright. This must be a new tutorial. I certainly didn't just unlock that. I don't know why it wouldn't tell me. Let's get my usual starting paths up. What have we got here? We got some clay and a bunch of berries. Not a terrible starting location. I have 10 people, so I can run 3 woodcutters. Click the priority so they all get built first. Got here. Yeah, I've got foxes, so the chance to produce dew might matter. I shouldn't get much copper in here. I guess I'll take a forester's hut. Not what I'm looking for, certainly. And I'll take a weaver over a tea house. Alright, let's go. And as I said, it's been quite a while since I played, so I will likely not be as efficient here. And I'm going to need amber, so that's probably what I'll be taking, although grain bags when I have the small farm is very tempting. Gain 3 oil for every 10 flour produced is also very tempting when I need that oil. God, I was really counting on taking this 10 amber. But I did bring provisions packs. I can try to trade for enough money. Since I need oil, this is providing oil if I ever get a flour building. I should have waited to see this. I should have taken that flour building then. Well, I'm gonna take it and pray, I guess. That's what I get for picking my buildings before I look at the cornerstones. Did we have coats? We did have coats. I wish I had disabled that earlier. Because 30 coats are needed for some events, and I think I started with 30. Or a little over 30, maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe I only had 28. I'll tell myself I only had 28 so that my mistake doesn't. It's not my fault. Totally not my fault. Played in so long that I've forgotten that I need to figure out where I'm going to go. Drizzle water. That will likely get opened at some point, but it's not an immediate priority. I am surrounded by small glades, which is a bit annoying. So it looks like we're going to head to this one and this one. Is my scroll speed always this slow? It feels a little slow. That's what I get for not playing for a while. Camera keyboard sensitivity, I assume that is. Alright, that feels a little more normal to me. Yeah, it's been too long. I am being inefficient. I've already had my wood in. I should have had my shelters started already. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the annoying size 4. If I'm going to have a size 4, I guess I can put the crudes in front. Oh wait, is that a size 5? 3, 4, 5. Okay, it is a size 5. trading post up quick since I don't have amber to open glades. Try and find any trades I can get. All my planks for 3. I can give up. I don't have a lot of food, and they want a lot of packs, but 7 amber would. Yeah, if I do both of these, I get 10 amber, and Smoldering City hits level 1. It's a lot to give up, but hopefully that level 1 trade route will be worth it. And I am going to need to get food going faster. Leave stone turned off in case I want to do some stone roads at some point if I ever find any. Weaver requires what, 12 planks? So actually I guess I'll just turn all this off until I get 12 planks. Like I said, it's been a while. I forgot my park. I even forgot where it's located. There we go. Decorations. Get the park up. Don't like to sell parts. Oh, that's a lot of money for that part, though. I will take 7 amber for a part. And because I have a weaver, I will take that. Food coming in. I need another shelter up for newcomers. 1, 2, 3. Newcomers will not push me to 2, so I can just take them. Oh, there's a replacement part. It does get me 2 lizards. I don't feel like lizards, foxes, and beavers are a good combination, but I think that's what I'm going to be stuck with. It's harder to turn down the parts, especially when I already have a weaver. And they come with a tiny little bit of food. I will have to put a lizard in here. I should have had a well, I don't think it matters where the beaver is. Whether it's getting the extra lumber in here or saving me fuel on one hearth feels about the same, so. Cut this during drizzle to get 30 insects. I'll was gonna cut it now, but yeah. I remembered at the last second not to do that. Yay. Hey, I found some memory. If you've watched any of my previous ones, you'll know that I tend to be quite forgetful. Let's go ahead and look at these now. Fulfill clothing, get 3 parts. Fine, I'll turn coats back on. Complete a dangerous event in 10.5 minutes, get 5 parts, and apothecary, and I am planning on doing this. How long do I have? 50 seconds. If I can open this in the first 10 seconds, that'll be 1 minute gone. That'll leave me 9.5 minutes to pull this off. That should be fine. 5 parts is hard to resist. Skewers. Now that we have so many races, I would kind of wish they would say which race each thing wants, so I don't have to look every time I think foxes like skewers, and I know the lizards do. So as long as they haven't changed anything out of me, skewers would be pretty good as well. So that seems like a good choice. Both of the others are perfectly reasonable, but it's hard to turn down 5 parts. This is... I really hate this one because it's random. Are you going to find a ruin to salvage? In this case, I'm not going to have time to salvage it anyway, so... It's definitely going to be one of the others. 3 packs is always a good one. A bunch of parts, plus 1 fabric, plus 1 grain. I've got the farm. This fits perfectly with what I've got. Amber trade is always perfectly reasonable. It's like you're giving up 10 amber, but you get 6 tools, you get 2 wildfire. That sort of makes up for it. But 3 packs just fits this very well, so we'll go with that. And both of the woodcutters got full at the same time. Hilarious. Get up here and get me in there, dang it. Alright, what do we got? Rebellious Spirit is just good. From the Ashes. From the Ashes is interesting. If you wanted to go wide, open a bunch of glades, this could be useful. But Rebellious Spirit is good enough that I'm not gonna take a chance on this. Yeah, if you had a bunch of fuel to fuel all of the hearths, that could be a very good one. Probably shouldn't have collected that money yet. There are events that punish you for having too much money. I should have seen what event I was getting. 22 amber. I don't care about that much. Gain dew for berries would not be bad. I need some dew. And I've got some berries, but that's pretty expensive. I think that would only be worth it if I had a plantation. I might buy a little bit of dew just to get some fox houses going. But let's open up this glade first and see what's up. Alright, now that that's open, let's pay for that. Check these. Fulfill 35 times. More parts, more plus fabric. I don't want to give up 20. This is one of my least favorite things. Coming up with 20 packs of crops is just so hard. Food is almost always a struggle. It's not something I'm drowning in ever. And this is something I can do. It'll have to wait until next year now, but next year I can pop that dangerous glade in this drizzle water glade perhaps. Now we got a caravan. It's only -6, so it's easy enough to loot if I want to. That'll get me some stone and a bunch of packs of crops. I could send it to the Citadel. It would take everything I've got and I would get a lousy half a point of rep. That is a terrible deal. So we will be looting this. And what did we find? We found a bunch of clay, some large roots. I don't have a forager for it naturally. Since I brought the herbalist, it's going to give me nothing but roots in this entire map. I can feel it already. There's my pessimism coming into play. A bakery. So if I get flour going, that will be useful. Biscuits used to be good for beavers, at least. They still are. Can it do pies at the bakery as well? Yeah, so pies are good for the lizards. The foxes don't want either of them. What I really want is all 3 of these use pickled goods. It would be great to get pickles going, but that seems unlikely. Alright, so a bunch of clay, a clearance geyser. A little bit of meat. And a large cache. Right, not the most useful, but the bakery is nice. That does mean I could have had a rebuild. Oh well. Unfortunately, that was a timed order, so I couldn't take a chance on whether or not I would get it. And with the leftover money, buy a little bit of dew for fox houses. It's still 3 dew per house at prestige 20. Yes. Let's try to get 6 dew, I guess. 12 amber. I guess I'll take it. Oh. If I don't turn the coats back on, that will never get fulfilled. This one's already ready to be opened. Our 12 planks are done. Weaver in, turn off the limit on that, and start making bricks as well. don't really want to sell fiber. I'm going to want to turn that into fabric. Resin I don't have much use for, but 3 packs is a lot. Still, that'll get me 10 amber. That'll get Etienne up to level 1, so I'm going to take it. Probably put the hearth around in here. Plan on opening this at some point perhaps, and maybe the forbidden. Turned that in. I forgot what building I got from it. The apothecary. Not really the most useful building on this map since I've already got the bakery that could produce biscuits, but I guess I could use the bakery for just pies and use the apothecary for biscuits. And tea or incense might be useful at some point. Unfortunately, I don't have any duplicate races for the luxuries. Tea is for the foxes only. Incense is for the lizards only. The only thing that's duplicated is wine, I think. Do they both? Yeah, I've got 2 uses of wine, and that's it. And wine is unlikely to happen on this map. Now, I've got 1 lizard in the hearth. Where is the other one? You are now a trapper. I did not find a farm field, unfortunately. I could really use a farm field. Hopefully we'll get one in here. Otherwise I'm going to have to start popping small glades. That will be annoying. How much amber do I have? I do not have enough amber to open a glade. So I need at least 1 more amber. Okay, I've got 10 coming in. That's fine. I don't have a lot of housing available for these newcomers. So let's get a fox house up. These planks delivered. You have not made very many planks yet. Yeah, the newcomers will put me over, so I have to remove a woodcutter. Few more coats. I need 7 more coats exactly to get to clothing the people fulfilled. So I'm going to take this side just in case I don't find any coats anywhere else. It's probably the better side anyway. An extra person. 6 vegetables aren't going to make a lot of difference. 12 reeds, 12 herbs, about the same. So going with that. Alright, let's get some fabric going in here. For now, I won't use the reeds in case I want to turn it into training gear at some point. Don't have a lot of wood in there. Hopefully they will not fill up before the storm, so I can use them to get in there quickly. This one should definitely be... The fox won't fill as quickly. Alright, we have just enough houses up now. Where's my small hearth? Okay, I'm gonna need more planks here. They are working on that. One final check of the trade routes before it switches off of storm. I'm not going to sell stone for that much. That's, even though I've got a lot of clay, I can use this to break into boxes or for stone roads. That's not enough money to get that stone away from me. That's a lousy rate for 1 amber for 1 pack. Doesn't even make me happy, much less for 5 grain as well. That's a lousy rate for a parts. I do have a bunch of clay, but that's a lot of packs. And yeah, 2 amber, 2 packs. That's not worth it either. Giant vegetables. I did bring the small farm, right? So giant vegetables is possible. That was the wrong thing. And I'm going to want vegetables for oil if I ever get an oil building. So I think I will take this. Clothier for coats, but the only people that need the coats are the beavers. These are not great buildings in this situation. That's probably going to be a reroll, but I'll wait on that. Let's get in here.
Hello.
And Jorg, movement speed is decent, but I don't have that kind of money to pay right now. +2 grain would be nice, assuming I ever find any farm fields. And possibly a few tools. If I got 5 tools, that would enable me to open a medium cache somewhere. If I remember the numbers right anyway. Ooh, there's 8 parts in here. That's very nice. If I could make 16 training gear, I could break that open. I can make 16 training gear. Even if I don't need parts for buildings, you usually get pretty good trade routes for parts, so that's quite reasonable. I will happily sell the resin after I see what I need in the glades. Remotely possible I need resin for an event. will almost definitely sell all of this copper. That's going to be 20 amber. That's very nice. I will do all 4 of those routes. I will sell all 40 copper, but let's see what's in the glade first. Which would be faster if I would remember to reapply woodcutters. Alright. Pay for that. Did find farm field. 14 fertile soil. Alright. Bunch of large eggs. I don't have the trapper. The herbalist is proving to be completely worthless. Thank you very much for bringing that. It was a good thing I had 14 points to play with. And storm guys are there, so I have all 3 waters available now if I find a use for them. And there's a small egg at least, so I can get something out of the small trapper. And at this point, I do need to take a trapper or a forager if I get offered it by Sahilda or anybody else, but I think Sahilda is the usual source of those. Didn't I see something about changes to the clay pit? I didn't use the clay pit that much, so I don't know what... I'm pretty sure it was clay and reeds before. Maybe they have changed the amount of water needed for it. I think there was a mention of some changes to the clay pit, but I don't know what's changed here. So, if you're more familiar with it, you can let me know in the comments. I'll try to get 5 building material packs done. I'd love to use the copper for that, but I'm going to be selling it. I'll be using fabric for that. Let's sell this copper. Oops, I forgot to check the event. Oh, I only have 20 ale. I don't suppose you sell 10 ale. You do sell wine. Wine, flour, pottery. Can any of that be used for this? Wine could be used if I got 30 of it. And that would get you a global resolve bonus, which is solid. If I burn this down, I get 30 scrolls. That would use all of my coal, the 30 fabric. I don't really need fabric when I have a weaver. Tablets, the smoldering city is in range. They will probably offer to buy tablets at some point. I don't think I want to buy 30 wine, but let's see how much it would cost me. It would cost me 12 amber. It's not that bad. Maybe I'll keep the packs of crops just in case I get trade routes for them. I only need 5 here, so I was thinking about selling 5, but I guess I'll just sell the 1. So I can get 30 wine. Fine. one builder to get this going. Have we got enough planks yet? No, I can't really take these out of here. And don't forget to sell the copper or you will be very sad. I need that to re-roll that clay pit. If I sell all the insects, I can get brass order to level 1. But I don't have that much food. And it'll probably... yeah, I don't think I want to do that. I haven't had a lot of luck with the food spawns here. Until I get the farms up and running. I don't think I want to do that. And now the hearth is going to go up here, not over to the other side. Because I want to be next to the farms. So we'll plan on opening these 2 glades instead. Also, I had that thing to open 2 glades in 150 seconds. And I was going to open this. I'm going to need 2 amber to pay for that. I'll get it from that trade route, that's fine. Oh, shoot. I did not change that from ale to wine. And what did we get in here? A little bit of marrow, a little bit of food for the trappers to work. That's alright. I'll take that from a small glade. And 3 bodies. I can use 3 bodies. Over year 3. Ha, for once I remembered the blight post before it burned me. I need these planks delivered immediately. For that, re-roll this. Large foragers, I need that for those roots. That's the furnace is also a very tempting building with the 2-star bricks. Vegetables can also spawn here, so the forager could be even more useful than it is right now. I'm not going to take a chance on the furnace. I'll get by on the bricks. We've got a lot of clay around. Plantation, not very tempting. I wouldn't have minded having that in the beginning. Could have tried to plan something around the berries and all those berry perks, but the tincture is also not at all tempting. Doesn't look like I'm going to have berries or mushrooms for the wine. And I would need the plantation to get the berries, and then I'd never get offered the tincture again. So I think I'm going to have to save and re-roll this one as well. Get this hearth up and this farm going. Do I have enough planks yet after I used them on the blight post? Still have enough planks for a hearth. If the farm's going to go here, I'm gonna need room for a road here. So the hearth can align there. So the hearth can be one spot west of the eggs. East of the, no, that's west. And don't get messed up. There's one more spot in front of the hearth, then it looks like it messes me up frequently. Yeah, maybe there wasn't. Yeah, okay, fine. Alright, that's enough room for a road and the farm. Alright, that'll work. Once I finish that building materials, you're going to become a builder. Turn those off. Just about done on the clothing 3-packs, plus 1 fabric. Probably only need 1 person building fabric when I've got this much. Pluses coming in. We're at 3 already. We're about to get to 4. Stone cutters, move you up there. Oops, I'm short on housing as well. Oops, that was not a +1 fabric, it was a +1 coats. Or +2 coats. The other one must be the plus fabric. Yeah, the other one's the plus fabric. Well, we'll get there eventually. 2 dangerous glades in 180 seconds. 70 AO is not going to happen. I'm going to have to pick this one. Burning cysts, we're at year 3. This will happen in year 6 for certain. Lost knowledge, I did not take the ancient tablets. We're not going to get that done, so we'll have to take this. It won't happen for a while, but it will happen. Now I have to plan on opening 2 dangerous glades quickly, so it'll be this one and presumably that one. Is there a closer one? Alright, this one would work, and that one's almost open. in here and prep this one. Bodies. If I hadn't messed up on the luxury, this would be done already. At least it's only 10 more seconds. I need to remove at least one woodcutter. And I've still got a hailstorm and one person unhoused, but that shelter is about done. That should get done before the hail triggers on me. You have 5 seconds to spare anyway. I think it's every 15 seconds. This does accumulate, so you are going to... You will lose people if you don't have your housing up. Also, what's in here? 30 dew, 40 incense versus 8 parts. I've got quite a few parts now, and I've built most of what I need. The harvester is not up. Stonecutter's up. Got plenty of woodcutters. I could reduce a woodcutter if I needed to. Foragers is up. Herbalist is up. Trappers is up. So yeah, I don't need a lot of parts. So this one's going to become Ascend to Citadel if I manage to get enough tools. So this one is now going to be a break, which will get me a bunch of dew. The incense can be useful for religion for the lizards or for events. And another +1 fabric. Woodcutters carrying extras, also nice. So that's going to happen. I thought I removed a woodcutter, but apparently I got distracted. What a surprise. That still leaves my lizards at 0. We'll need to put up another lizard house. And I took people out of the blight post. I took people out of the blight post, so I need to put them back in or I'm going to get burned. Burned. I'm so funny. Foragers needs to get running. Pay for this. Oh, we hit... Oh, I forgot about that. Forgetting to pull that woodcutter cost me big time. I'm gonna lose 2 resource nodes because I don't have any oil, and I forgot to do the... Oh, that's annoying. I should not have triggered that. Oh, I'm gonna lose 2 resource nodes. How many berries are left in here? So hopefully it'll take that one. There ain't that many berries left. Not sure how long I have to pay for this. Maybe I can buy oil from the vendors. I wanted to re-roll on this. Do I have nothing available for packs? No, I have packs, so there's just nothing I can sell. Alright, there's another +1 fabric. I really need to re-roll this so I can see what my other buildings are. I need the amber badly enough. I shouldn't sell these planks, but I'm going to. I don't have a plank building. This is probably a poor decision. I don't think I'm going to get into the Glades this year. I'm not really prepped for it. You might have to wait until next year. Upcoming payment do I have? How much oil do I need? 15 or 30? I need 15. Have oil, please. That's not oil. This is new to me. Haulers move fast. Oh, I didn't even look at what are the haulers. Oh, you can put people in here. Okay, so I can just assign workers in here. I completely forgot to look at this. And presumably they will help transport things, which might keep my farms from overfilling in the future. That would be very nice. I wonder if you can tell them to focus on farms or something somehow. Tracking, what does this do? Put a pin up in the corner or something? Yeah, okay. put something here so that I can keep track of anything specifically that I want to watch. I like that. That's a nice upgrade. Alright, more UI improvements. Jeez, this game is just so good. Better turn the bricks back on. Unfortunately, I don't have planks either. Let's see if I can... Do I have any junk I can sell to get... Let's check the trade routes first. They're paying okay for tools, but I don't really want to sell them. I would like to buy 4 tools so that I can open this. Farloff, he sells tools sometimes. I have all my copper, all my resin. Extra packs. How many parts would it take? Only 3 parts. Not bad. Interesting. I hit the button to automatically do it. It did not do it. That's probably a bug. But also it means that you don't go way over, because if I put in a 4th one, that's way over on the parts. So that could be intentional, that if it gets you super close, it doesn't put you over, which I like. Oops, except that now it will not auto match with the wood or anything else. So yeah, I guess that's a bug. Okay, how am I going to report this one? I guess I can link them to the video. Let's see here. How do I take a print screen again? There it is. Alright. Well, we'll do it manually then.
Okay. Hello.
Ruszali. Halo, Ala.
Don't think I particularly want either of these. It is a legendary. I shouldn't just decline it, even though it's tempting to get the money, because I do want to do that reroll. Let's see what we get. Yeah, I don't care about either of those. Don't care about either of those. Barrels would be useful if I want to try and get pickled goods going. We're not producing a ton of planks since I don't have a plank building, but still. I'll take that. I would have liked that amber. They are paying decent for this clay. And as long as the clay doesn't get destroyed by that event, I've got plenty of it. Hopefully it'll destroy these eggs or something I can't use. And I need some amber. I've got 5 coming in. I've got 8. I need 25, so I would have to do 3 sets of this. Yeah, fine. when Farliff leaves, we'll see if the next vendor might sell oil, in which case I might call them quickly to try and get them and buy oil before we hit the seasonal change here. And yeah, there's not a single other herb node available. That herbalist was a lousy pick.
Passez acá.
Really, there's still not space there, for Pete's sake. Oh, there's vegetables in the way. Broccoli. That'll work. Alright, who comes in? Vliss. Tools, luxury items, building materials, perks. She buys fuel. Oil would be a fuel. So yeah, she's not going to sell oil, so there's no point. Actually, I don't know if Vliss is a guy or a girl. Oh yeah, it is a girl. Okay, she might have. So I'm just stuck on that oil payment. Alright. You have 2 level 2 hearths. It's something I'm working on right now. It'll give me a bunch of dew, a bunch of bricks, plus 1 plant. That's an easy pick. This one can already go to level 2, except that I don't have enough planks. Where's the garden? Where's the garden? Doggone it. Garden, 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 garden. There you are. I was hoping there were going to be fewer charges left on this and I would have left it up, hoping it got destroyed, but that one's still practically full. Alright, moment of truth, let's see what gets destroyed. Oh, is it not going to tell me what it destroyed? Or did it not destroy it yet? It's just not going to tell me. So 2 resource nodes got destroyed and it won't tell me which. That's not great. They need to put up an alert for that. That is something although it did conveniently destroy that small vegetable, so I can move you closer and prep. So I know they destroyed that small broccoli there. I don't know what else got destroyed. They didn't destroy that food. It doesn't look like they destroyed the small eggs. I don't know how many marrow were down there to begin with. They didn't destroy a big root. They didn't. Oh, they destroyed a clay. That's unfortunate. All these things, and you destroyed the clay. Yeah, I've got to write that down. That's something that they need to update. One moment here. Make a little note. What is that event called? Unnatural erosion. Forest Mystery Level 3 Unnatural Erosion. Needs an alert for destroyed resource nodes. Frankly, there should probably just be an alert for that anyway, in case there are future node destructions. Actually, I should check and make sure that there are no alerts for that, and that I don't just have them turned off. Completed orders, newcomers waiting, cornerstone waiting, trade route auto collect, time played. No alert for it. Alright, I will post that in Discord later. How much amber have I got? I've got 13 amber. I wanted to re-roll this, but I also want to pop these 2 dangerous glades, which is going to cost me 10 amber. Okay, I've got a bunch of incense right now. I can sell that. I don't have a ton of packs, unfortunately. I don't want to sell clay anymore since that clay got destroyed. I would like to save 30 incense in case I need it for an event. So I can only do 2 of those. I don't want to sell the clay, so I will also sell this. That's going to get me 27, 31 amber coming in, plus the 13 I have is 44. It's 25 to reroll right now. It's 15 reroll, so 44 minus 15, I've got 29 amber to spare. I can open these glades. Let's get in here. And let's get in here. Alright, let's do this. That'll also get me 60 insects, which will be nice because we're running out of food. Alright, we finally found some large mushrooms for our herbalist, small berries for the herbalist, another chunk of fertile soil. I never got that. Oh yeah, I did have that farm running, okay. The haunted cooperage is for barrels. Barrels coats tea. Frankly, it'll probably get burned down, although the barrels would be nice. We'll see. And we got termite mound, which if I remember right is not too bad. -5 resolve, but I don't have tools. That's going to take all my parts. Or harvesting and planting slower. That would use up all my coal. Let's see what I get in the other one. Alright, we found some more clay and a ton of marrow. That's very nice. Inscribed monolith. I don't see too many of these. It's been a while. What do we have here? It pours, yet it does not flood, as if the earth itself greedily drinks every last drop of this eternal curse. I like seeing these little lore tablets. It makes me wonder if what they might do with the game in the future. Implications of things below. I would like to see some expansion content for this eventually that digs into the lore. Alright, that's going to get me 20 pipes, which is going to enable me to complete that other event. I can use pipes here. So that'll just be a -5 resolve. And I'll get a source of insects, which will be nice. Although this late in the game, it would be better to have just a chunk of food, probably. So I might still burn this down instead. What's this one? Yeah, I'm going to have to burn this down, so I'm not going to have enough fuel to burn the other one down. 60 hostility every 60 seconds. This is pretty punishing. I definitely need 2 foxes in here. That'll get us to 5.5 minutes. And I'm going to be taking a -5 global resolve from this one, because I have to do the tame. So we could run into some problems here. Need to think about this for a second or 3. And I'm gonna need foxes in here as well, because I need these things to end as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, I don't think I have any marrow. There's marrow around, but I have not been gathering it. Alright. Let's do this. I don't think I want to grab the newcomers right now because I'm going to have hostility problems anyway. I don't need more population adding to my problems. I need to get to 14 people up here. That's going to require 6 people. There's 5 coming in. Yeah, I can get these 5 beavers. And then I can move this fox house up there, and that will get them to 14. So I will be able to hit 2 level 2 districts. I'll need a bunch of planks, though, for the garden and hopefully some beaver houses. Oh, we found a lumber mill. Oh my goodness. I didn't even notice. Oh, stop making planks. Oh, that's a rebuild for darn sure.
Venga, Colin. Rosalie.
Yeah, I should have turned off grain in these since I haven't been using it. I've got a grain built up. She doesn't sell food either. I think I'm going to be having some problems here. I did not pay attention to food, and I'm about to get burned by it. don't have enough pipes left to make a pump, so I can't get porridge going. Honestly, having found another field, the plantation might not have been the worst pick, but clan hall for brawling and ancient ways. Did this get a slight nerf? Didn't this used to be 150? It was very strong. If it got a slight nerf, that's fine. Market for luxury. Luxury would be nice, but I'm not really producing wine. I'll take the clan hall. Maybe I'll get that going. I'm not going to have anything for jerky. The greenhouse might be useful if I get my drizzle water going here. I don't want to re-roll it, so I'm taking it. Alright, tool production. I've got a fair amount of dew here. Skewer production. Didn't I had +3 skewers from something? But we don't get that many insects. It's not going to get made. So yeah, the smithy's the pick here. And a workshop for a brick building. Or 2-star porridge. Since I just found a lumber shop, I'm not sure I'm worried about the workshop anymore. That would have been a snap pick before I found the lumber mill, but now I'm tempted by this 2-star porridge. And the ability to produce barrels more consistently, because I'm not likely to do this haunted event. But I don't have a flour building. I was like, I really want to turn that grain into flour and not use it for porridge. But I do have the greenhouse now that can get me herbs for porridge, mushrooms for flour. We're taking the distillery. That's a lot of things to get set up now because I had to wait so long on that re-roll. Oh wow, there's still 5 minutes to go on this. It took them forever to walk out there and deliver all those pipes. And still 3 minutes on this. Did I not pop these during drizzle? Did I pop them during clearance like an idiot? No, I don't think I did. Well, that would explain why I don't have any food. Maybe I didn't get 60 insects. Speaking of, is there any insects in here? No. Well, we're in a lot of trouble now. It also means I'm not going to be able to hit Advanced District Level 2 because I'm definitely losing people to this storm. There isn't a thing I can do about this, I don't think. I don't think I can sacrifice below it even. How much wood do I have? I do have a lot of wood, but I don't have much coal. Oh yeah, and I can only do 2 stacks because of that event. I will be able to very temporarily get them to 1. At least until this thing triggers again. Which it just did. So now I can't even get them to 1. So yeah, they're just all dying. And now I'm out of coal to burn, so I can't get anything any farther. Yeah, people are just gonna start leaving in droves. Did I get some more marrow delivered? No. At least make sure the scouts keep working. If anything else leaves, well, that's just too bad. Managed to get back down to 4 from all the people that left. Can I get to 3? I can only do 2 stacks. 3 doesn't even get me down far enough. Alright, the event's finally cleared. Or at least this one did. So all the hostility's gone. Now we're fine. Bring me those newcomers. They've even got a little bit of food so we can quit starving. And yeah, now we're way down on population. We got our 14 here. But we've only got 6 up there. So I need to gain a bunch of people now if I'm going to get that advanced district done. And I don't have any of those exploration events that add people. Alright, is there anything that's not being worked at all? I've got 1 herbalist, 1 stone cutter. Crude workstation. Mill, farm, hearth. Still have both hearth keepers. And yeah, 20 oil that I can't produce, so something else is going to get destroyed. do have a good chunk of amber. I might need to buy this 2 extra lizards thing just to get my population back up. This is not something, I think this will be the first time I've ever bought this. I hate this perk as a general rule, but right now I kind of think I need it. So hey, it does have a use. And again, we will wait for Bliss to leave and see if the next trader coming in might sell fuel. Hopefully that can get some oil from them. That isn't going to happen in 10 minutes. We're not going to hit 20 foxes. So it's going to have to be Trade Baron. Not producing enough training gear to take advantage of training grounds. I don't think that's gonna, although I did take the clan hall. I can do brawling. Fine, I'm gonna try this. See if I can get this Weaver going on training gear. I'll have to use my do for it. Copper bars, I can get some copper bars by burning this down if I ever get enough marrow, it looks like. And we're in year 5, not 6. I don't need to worry about the blight post yet. Newcomers in 9 minutes. Beaver into the lumber mill. Smelter is worthless here. Well, not worthless. I'm getting some copper out of the clay. How much copper do I have, actually? Yeah, I don't have much copper. Doctor, I already have a brawling and I'm not producing tea, so that's another one I'm going to want to reroll. Now I wanted to get this drizzle water going, but I need a couple of pipes. I suppose you sold pipes. No. He might have fuel. Call him immediately. Pray for oil. I need 20 oil for this payment. Yes. And he does not have oil. You're a lousy trader, Farleth. I'm out of packs. That's why nothing is available. And yeah, I'm gonna get burned on impatience. All those people leaving really hurt. I'm not gonna be able to pull this off, I don't believe. I'm nowhere close. I guess they're happy for the moment. Only producing vegetables up here. They probably need help clearing that. Oh, you can't even reach all of the fields. Alright, let's try and figure out what got destroyed. It destroyed the other clay node. That doesn't seem very random. It did not destroy the other broccoli node. Well, who knows what it destroyed besides the other clay, but the other large clay is gone. Alright, I need to complete 14 trade routes, so I just need to sell anything, really. I really don't want to sell the stone, but... if I somehow survive until year 6 without my impatience going nuts, I might be able to get Pyromania and the Advanced District done. How many people have we got here? 15 here. We've still only got 6 up here. So I need 8 people. I need 7 people at a minimum, and then I would have to figure out a way to manipulate it so this one only has 14 people in there. Alright, let's not get burned by the oil yet again. Try and learn my lesson. Four packs is so many, but I need every trade route, so I'm taking them all. People over here, which is what I need at a minimum, so that's the side I will take. I will wait until after the storm so that I don't trigger the oil event again. Greenhouse will go there. 2 of those were out of range of this anyhow. Not that I'm going to make it there, but I should start prepping this for level 2 because it's going to be very tight on timing. And I have to hope I can make this work. Alright, they're at 11 out of 14. We're at 17 out of 20. If I move a full shelter, that puts both of them at 14. Once the garden and the park are up, these will both be level 2. I can turn that in. Buy myself a little bit of time. When the storm hits, that'll give me enough assists to buy me a little more time off the Pyromania. And then I just need to be selling everything. That'll get me to 9 out of 14 trade routes. Plus 1 global resolve, I'll take it. How close are you to getting me another point? Point 11 a minute. We need to make it 4 minutes before they'll get me a resolve point. I'll leave one in there to make more packs, because I'll be using more as soon as those trade routes are done. Get this up to 10 and make a lizard happy for a little more resolve. More planks for the clan hall. That's done. Get those delivered. Oops, except that the garden is gonna mess that up. Oh well. Just sell the fastest trade route. Except I really kind of need fiber. That's almost as fast. Don't want to sell planks. Do want to sell fabric. All right. If I turn this in now, I get half a reputation. I don't know how the Queen's Impatience thing works, if I get it multiple times or not. So like, I think I'm going to wait and turn this in right before the Queen's Impatience runs out. Right before I have the grace period. That's what I'm talking about. I'll find the words eventually. So yeah, I'm gonna wait until my grace period runs out before I turn this in. That gains me a minute and a half. Did you have anything useful? Incense for the lizards in the clan hall, maybe? flower building. Probably need to produce oil somehow, so I guess I'm buying this as a flower building and hoping I can get something going off of that. Selling at least 4 of these tablets. Very annoyed that the Smoldering City has not asked for one. Do I have any small caches or just that large one? Okay, there's a medium here, 15 tools. There's another medium over there, so I can take advantage of up to 30 tools. I need to trade in 40 amber as well, so I can't just give her all the amber. How much amber is coming in here? 5, 10, 16. There are other trade routes I can complete, I believe. Except that it depends on, I'm selling an awful lot of stuff, so I don't know how many more trade routes I can complete. Alright, let's get one of those medium caches done. I think this one's a little closer to a warehouse. Well, I can't call him immediately, obviously, so... Alright, now, if I hit impatience again, we'll see if I only have 5 seconds left or if it gives me another minute and a half, because I don't know. I'm not going to be re-rolling anything, so I guess I'll take the tea doctor in case I get tea going somehow. Skewers aren't going to happen. Jerky oil. I did not get an oil building. I got the small press, right? I will take an oil building. Also, I'm short on housing by 1. turn pipes off or I will regret that. Need to keep those packs coming in. That will get me to 14 trade routes. I will have enough amber. This cash is about to finish. There's another half a reputation. Burn the blight rot cysts during the storm. Hopefully that happens fast enough. See if I can get some resolve going here. Still don't have enough planks. Planks are in. Brawling and religion is turned on. I've got some of each of that. Let's see if I can knock out a point of resolve quickly. Right, I'm not going to trade this in until the Queen's Impatience triggers. I want to see if I can buy myself an extra minute and a half that way. See if I can find a way to get tea going as well. That will require the greenhouse to be going. Also, I can get some happy foxes in there. I'm going to stay at hostility 2. I don't need all this oil. darn, I'm already out of training gear. I did not think I was going to run out that fast. See if I can get that other cache opened. Neither of these is going to help. I'll take 10 more amber. What do you have for food? Porridge will help make the foxes happy. Pies. Jerkies. Just go for maximum resolve here. Finish this push. Ale is not useful here. None of that is helpful. Try to keep as much amber as possible for my score. Pickled goods. Come on, something that does pickled goods. No. I can rebuild a bakery if I want it. I guess I'll take the trapper. I could go re-rolling trying to find a pickled goods building, but... losing all that amber would hurt my score. And my score is going to be bad enough with all those people having left. Favoring the foxes should put me over the edge. I only need 1.5 more points. I'm getting 0.67 per minute, so it's 2 or 3 minutes. Not going to get to test whether the Queen's Impatience will trigger twice or not. And I never used the haulers. I'm an idiot. Well, I guess I will have to make another game and try to take advantage of those. Alright, well there we go. One of my worst scores in recallable history. But we got through it. Try and check out the haulers next time. See if I can figure out what's going on with them. Thanks for watching and hope you all have a great day.